Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another Solicitation Station, episode 13. And I want to thank all the people who have made it here to this live stream, as it has somewhat been a while since I last got one up, and it's definitely time to get back to seeing what is going to be available in the next upcoming months in relation to many of the things that DC Comics has. Of course, with catching up with some of the manga and the other things that I like to catch up with. We should be seeing a new Batman Wayne Family Adventures show up on the channel again, and I'm really looking forward to that, as it's been a little while and we might as well make a start as to what will be showing up in the DC comic solicitations. And my goodness, as you can see here, we have the DC Connect, and we've got the Dark Crisis happening for June. And it's really going to be interesting as to how things will go with this. So, jumping into what's inside, I'm not too sure if I'll have a guest turn up or not for today's one, but I'm still going to go ahead with this live stream and covering the solicitations of the manga and DC Comics. So as we can see here, we've got the DC Pride month happening again. My goodness, can they at least make up their decision when this Pride month or Pride Day is meant to be? It's either in June or October. They seem a bit confused about the subject. Either that or they need to go into Arkham Asylum. Maybe they can get some help from Harley Quinn. All right, then, of course, we've got talks about Milestone. And last but not least, some of the collected editions. So definitely look forward to what's going to be happening here. I've already been in contact with my LCS as to what comics and what comic covers I want to get. And a big thanks to everyone who makes it to the live stream for the channel. So we've got Batman issue 124, again by Joshua Williamson. I'll be getting the regular and of course the Pride variant, because of course they want to push for that this month. Sure, I don't mind checking it out. Doesn't mean it's going to get a good rating when it turns up in hand. I don't know. Then, of course, we have the main big event that we've got happening for DC Comics. And that is the Dark Crisis event. Hello. All right. So with this, I'll be getting this main cover, and I'll be getting this also wraparound cover. And the only other cover that I'll be getting out of this is probably the next best one out of this one, and that's the Bruno Redondo one. it's also interesting to point out that with this Dark Crisis Event 1, they don't happen to have a Pride variant cover. You'd think if they're wanting to promote it so badly that they'd probably add one to this as well. I guess not. Of course, we've got some of the internal art. Seeing a number of the characters. Some of the scenes. Of course, we have the ruined John Samuel Kent there. And a little bit more. So finally, their big event. Moving into the next one. And that is the Dark Crisis Young Justice. I have requested this. If I remember. And it should be interesting to see how this story actually goes. Moving into the big push towards Black Adam, because that movie is coming out this year. And of course, a number of the variants. This is something I won't be picking up, but I will admit there are a nice number of variants in there. Of course, we have the Flashpoint Beyond. I'm a little bit unsure if I am going to decide to pick this up. And moving into the next lot, we have Nubia, Queen of the Amazons, written by Stephanie Williams. This is something that's not on my list. Same with Poison Ivy. Again, quite a nice number of variants there. Of course, DC Pride. Yes, I'll be picking this up. I don't know how many good stories will be in this. I don't know how many bad stories will be in this. But no doubt we have... no Tom Taylor right in this. You'd think with having John Samuel Kent in this, that he'd be writing... that he'd be writing for him. No, guess not. Oh, it does say other, so maybe he is in there, maybe not. But one thing I do disagree with is they should really use some of the older characters and not use these newer characters. Like, bring the older characters to the forefront, give them some spotlight, and use them to pass the torch to the new characters. Of course, I will be picking up certain Pride variants connected to certain runs here. And of course, what they're pushing out of some of the collected. Moving into the next, the DC Pride Tim Drake special, the Tim Drake from another multiverse, what it should be, not a Tim Drake from the main universe, what they want you to believe. So I'll be getting this plus the variant. Now, this is something I have decided to collect, and I also let my LCS know that I'd like to collect this series. I am getting the main plus the Pride and also the 1.25 variant. And I'd love to, but I know at the moment, I know of nowhere where I can get this 1.5 variant. And I think out of all of the variant covers, or out of all of the covers in this, I do like the regular. I like the 1.25 and of course the Pride variant. But I think this one, which really gives a good show of the characters as they stand up, definitely stands out. Feel free to say hello if you're watching. I can't do this on my own. This is about you too, not just me. So we've got Witch Girl, Supergirl, their version of Robin of this world, and this is a part of the multiversity. And I've heard some people mention that the only thing that's missing on this is Grant Morrison. And they've got a very fair point, because Grant Morrison actually plays a big part in the area of multiversity. But that's not to say that there have been other people who have written some stories connected to his multiverse. Hey, good to see you, Chrononaut. I hope you're doing well. All right. Good to hear, Chrono. I wonder who else is with us. So as you can see here, we've got a bit of a indication of some of the things that might be some of the things that are going to be happening in the story. I'm surprised that they don't have a version of Raven, but I think the Witch Girls is probably going to be their closest version. Then, of course, moving into the Flash, fastest man alive. This is something I'm not collecting. Though if I happen to hear anything good about it, I might consider picking up maybe the first issue, just to give it a dive. Then we have Aquaman and the Flash in Void Song, something else I'm not collecting. But of course, I'll wait to hear what others say about it. Back to the Speedsters, Earth Prime, the Flash. I think they should really call this Earth Omega, not Prime. To be completely honest, especially if they want it to be connected to the DCU television media universe. And this is where I think that they should change this, because Earth Prime is mainly used in like the Earth that is currently being used in DC Comics in the main run. And that's where I think that they've done the readers wrong. I was thinking about it last night before working on getting this stream done. And yeah, they've really screwed this up. And I wouldn't be surprised if sales fall off badly for this series. Moving for the next thing, we've got Harley Quinn connected to DC versus Vampires. I will be getting the one centered around Damian Wayne, the one shot of that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, milestones in history. I'm not too sure if I'll pick this up. I've not let my LCS know that I want to get it or not. So I might leave that. I'll wait to hear the reviews for it first. And I think that will be the best thing, especially in relation to the milestones. I admit some nice art in here. At least they don't have John Ridley ruining any of the characters. No fan of his Batman. Of course, we've got Blood Syndicate, to those who enjoy Blood Syndicate. Moving into the first trade covering the first season of Icon and Rocket. I won't be getting this. It's in hardcover. I prefer soft cover if I were to get anything. But I have heard good things about this particular series. Then we have Duo by Greg Pak. Of course, another collected edition. And another collected edition. Oh, how far am I? My goodness. Almost near the end. We have Superman 78 going to turn up in a collected edition. Trust me, I would love to get this, but not in hardcover as they're selling it. I'd like to get it in soft cover. This is a fantastic story, worth picking up, and it's 100 times better than Tom Taylor's Superman, 100 times better than Tom Taylor's Dark Knights of Steel. I recommend this over Dark Knights of Steel. I dropped Dark Knights of Steel. Yeah, it really lost me because there's just some tropes that Tom, the one-trick pony Taylor, can't stop. Of course, we have the next in the Batman volumes. All right, finally moving up to something a little bit more closer to what I will be collecting, and that is Action Comics. Now, with this, I'll be getting Action Comics, regular, plus the Pride variant. Hello, lurkers listening. Agreed. Hello to all the lurkers listening. Aquaman, I probably won't be collecting this series. I've read the first issue, but I might wait to hear a little bit more reviews on it. Then, of course, we've got Batgirls, not in my list. Batman Beyond Neo Year 3, not in my list. Now, if you want to pick up some real good Batman Beyond, pick up some Dan Jurgens Batman Beyond. It doesn't matter where you pick it up at, whether it's pre-52, Rebirth, those are ones I highly recommend. Batman Beyond the White Knight series I'm not collecting. I might as well just wait for the trade for this one. I do enjoy Sean Gordon Murphy's Elseworlds, but I just need a bit of a break from it right now because I've got a lot of trades that I need to catch up with. And a couple of these trades are his as well. Batman Fortress, I believe I'm getting the first 2 issues of this. Batman Killing Time, something else not in my list, along with the other one, The Night by Chip Zdarsky. Batman Urban Legends, no longer collecting it anymore. Decided to stop at the last issue, which is 15. Or my last issue, which will be 15. Batman Catwoman, screw Tom King. Especially what happened in the Batman run. No, you've turned me off your writing. Of course, we've got Batman, Superman, World's Finest. An okay first issue. Whether I'll review it on the channel or not, I don't know yet. Catwoman, not on my list. Dark Knights of Steel, not really on my list. Deathstroke, issue 10. Yes, that is still on my list. Detective Comics, I'll just be getting the regular cover for this, none of the variants. Fables, not on my list. Future State Gotham, I have decided to only pick up this issue because it'll be nice to find out what actually happened to Damian Wayne in Future State. The Harley Quinn comic, not on my list. I Am Batman, definitely not on my list. Hey, and of course, the next thing, and isn't it funny, not even Brian Michael Bendis is having his Legion of Justice League versus Legion of Superheroes be a part of the Pride variants. Some might think he's homophobic. Yet we know he has no problem writing some LGBTI characters. But yes, this is on my list. Hey, I need some of the Fool's Gold. Moving into the next one, Monkey Prince. Absolutely love all three covers here. So I'll be getting the regular plus the variants through my LCS. Nightwing, issue 93, still on my list. Naomi, season 2, not quite on my list. Robin, issue 15, on my list. I'll be getting all variants, or regular plus all variants. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this story goes. He really needs to return back to Gotham. Then we have Rogues, Scooby-Doo, none of those on my list. Same with Suicide Squad. Son of Kal-El. Well, we need to follow this multiverse version of John Samuel Kent, not this imposter, or the imposter who thinks he's John Samuel Kent. So yes, with terrible one-trick pony Taylor back once again, I'll be getting regular plus all variants because he's a Super Sons related character. Task Force C, not in my list. I will be getting the Flash issue 783, and from there I will start to have it moving to ongoing. And I'm going to definitely look forward to that. Especially with Jeremy Adams at the helm. Of what I've read, I have enjoyed. Of course, we've got the Joker and the Jurassic League, none to which I'll be picking up. Those interested in picking up the Sandman universe, Nightmare Country. We have Swamp Thing. Again, not picking it up. Same with Wonder Woman, not picking it up. We have Batman No Man's Land, Omnibus 2. That would be nice to get, but at the moment it's not in my list. Batman Secret Files, not really in my list. Same with the Batman Scooby-Doo and Black Manta, not in my list. Same with the Injustice by the terrible Tom Taylor. Legend of the Dark Knight, I will be getting that softcover trade paperback. So I definitely look forward to reading that. Of course, I'll be picking up the Pennyworth softcover trade. And I think I'm almost at the end of covering what's in DC Comics before I move over to what's coming out in the manga. So we, of course, have the Supergirl by Tom King. And the Teen Titans. This series literally killed itself by just centering everything on, guess what? Red X. Who the hell is Red X? And I think they really need to correct that, because here they've got it saying Tim Sheridan on the cover, and they've got here saying written by Jeremy Adams. I don't know who does the DC Connect there at DC Comics. If you're going to do something right. And this is one of the things where you need to do something right. All right, moving on to the next. More collected editions. Animal Man by Grant Morrison. Would somewhat be interested in collecting this, but it will be a while. Of course, we've got Green Lantern by Grant Morrison. I wouldn't mind getting the first one that he did, because in that he had both Damian Wayne and John Samuel Kent show up. And that is all for that. I'll now move to going over to the manga. Ooh, which one? Yen Press, Viz Media. Let's see what I've already got set up. So we've got 7 Seas for the first one. And of course, with 7 Seas, there's some titles here that I do actually like to collect. And I am really happy that the Classroom of the Elite is actually finally bringing out the manga, or the manga version of the series. I definitely want to work on collecting it instead of reading the light novels. So moving into their list of stories here. That's about the only one that I can see right now that grabs my interest. I've heard Blue Giant has been pretty good. It sort of sits around the music scene. And this is some of the upcoming titles. What are some titles here? Now, one thing I'd like to get, and this is connected to a anime that I ended up watching whilst this box of mine was getting fixed up and getting some upgrades, and that was Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. I actually got to watch the first 6 episodes, and for what the series is and what I've heard about it, it's quite an interesting series. So it sort of gives me an intent that maybe I might like to pick it up in the manga and check it out some more. I might even do a review on the first season. I'll see how things go. All right. What else is here? Kingdom of Z? No. Is there anything else in here that I do like to collect? Oh, yes. Superheroes. That's something I'm collecting. And I definitely need to catch up with the anime as well. And I believe there's 12 volumes to the series. And that's what the anime was also set around too. All right. Anything else? Maybe something a little bit down further in the list. This is starting to move into June, May, June, July. More Classroom of the Elite, Year 2. So we've got Volume 1 and Volume 2 in regards to the stories. I'll definitely work on collecting that. I am happy that they are starting to bring out the rest of the series in an anime. Oh, yes, there's something that's on my list. Tokyo Revengers. Because I've heard such good things about it, I'm deciding to pick it up. And a number of people have enjoyed the anime, and I'm going by what they've not only just read of the manga, but also of the anime too. More Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, Volume 15. Okay, so they do actually have manga volumes. I'm going to have to see if I can get a hold at least of the first 5 then. All right, and this is the 8th, coming around August. Then we start to move into September. Ooh, how far are we covering here? October. But then again, some of this could also change before the end of the year. Oh, Kimono Jihen. There's another one that I'll be collecting. I'll be collecting the manga of this because I really enjoyed the animated series. See if I can pull it up. So that's another one that I plan on collecting through my LCS, but they got to wait for it to be solicited first, or to show up in the solicits first, and I'll have it be collected for ongoing. I believe there's about 15 volumes to the series. I could be incorrect on that. All right. November. Oh, they do cover quite a bit. Though this is subject to change throughout the year. Of course, the end of the year, they've got quite a big list here. And even the beginning of the next year. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Okay, time to move on to the next place. So we were at 7 Seas. Let's go to Kodansha. Okay, now let's see if there's anything here in Kodansha that I might be picking up from my LCS. Presently, no. UQ Holder, that's one series I need to collect more of. Along with Noragami. Oh, there we go. There's something else I collect. Shaman King. I really need to catch up with that animated series. The new one that they brought out. So that is something that I'll be getting from my LCS. We can also see the Attack on Titan. Anything else here? 7 Deadly Sins box set. Now, this is something I'm thinking of picking up. The box sets to the 7 Deadly Sins series. Of course, Tokyo Revengers. Alrighty, what else do we have here? Anything more? Seven Deadly Sins Omnibus. I do admit, I do actually like the Kodansha omnibuses. Well, I do need to check out their box sets. Eden Zero, there's something else that's on my list. A series not only worth watching, but also worth reading. Some Battle Angel Alita, that's something that would probably grab my attention. Or 7 Deadly Sins Omnibus. And one more. We've got some more Card Captor Sakura, to those who are into Sakura. Oh, Perfect World. That's another series I'm collecting. And that is all for that. I'll now move on to Yen Press. Now, I'm not too sure, but I think I might have missed one of what I normally add to this. But you know what? I'll go ahead with what I've got anyway. So is there anything in Yen Press that I'm interested in picking up that I might be able to get from my LCS? I see some Sword Art Online. teasing Master Takagi-san. I have thought about getting that, but I need to catch up with some more manga here first. What else do we have here? Some light novels. Devil's a Part-Timer. I really need to catch up some more with that manga series. I've read the first 3 volumes. I need to collect more. Now, this is some of the stuff that they've got planned in May. I wonder if Black Butler. That's a series I definitely want to collect. I do have the first 15 volumes. I do need to work on getting the next volumes. There was a Part-Timer manga. Ooh, is there anything else here? High School D&D. Now, this is one series that I really do want to pick up. Yeah, it's meant to have somewhat fan service. Oh, yes, the I Cannot Reach You. That's another series I'm also collecting. To those who enjoy Kingdom Hearts, some Kingdom Hearts for you. ReZero. Anything else here? In June. Anything of interest in June? Not that I can see here yet. What about in July? High School D&D again. What about August? Now, this will probably be the last month they cover. I could be incorrect. Not a lot here. Oh, Sasaki and Miyano. That's another one that I'm collecting. I don't care that it's a BL series, but I'm definitely interested as to how they deliver the story. Yep, okay, that's all for that one. Now it's time to move to Viz Media and check out their calendar. Now, this is some of the stuff that they've got out for this month, and it looks like we'll be covering as far as July with this. Big hello to anyone there in the background who wants to say hello in text, who are watching the stream. I can't do this without you. So we've got Dragon Quest. I've actually got this. My Hero Academia, that's on my list as well. Fly Me to the Moon, another series that's also on my list. Fist of the North Star, also on my list. House Paradise, last volume, already got that. And really sad to see the series go, but I have totally enjoyed the story. Now, I really hope that they get these two titles in print pretty quickly because I'd like to get them both, and this is Our Blood Oath. I remember reading it through the free section in the vids, and in some parts it reminded me a little bit like Full Metal Alchemist. Moving into April, so what are some of the stuff that I'll be expecting in April? Jujutsu Kaisen, that'll be one. Moriarty, that'll be another one. My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, definitely picking that up. Been a fun series to read through, especially if you enjoy something a little bit different in the My Hero Academia universe. Full Metal Alchemist. Now, this is something I do need to collect, and that is the light novels connected to this series. Comey Can't Communicate, also on my list. And I'm really waiting for this series, A Gravity Boys, to be released in physical because I'd like to check it out. Good to hear, Chrono. All right, time to move on to the next month. And that is May. Ooh, already 1, 2, 3 titles I'm picking up from my LCS at the very beginning of this. And that is Blue Exorcist, one series I absolutely enjoy. Of course, we've got Boruto and Dr. Stone. And to those who don't know, Dr. Stone recently finished. So, but the finish left it open that there could probably be a sequel to the series. That's something I found with the last somewhat chapter. To those who collect One Piece, might want to get that. The Death Note manga, short stories, that's something I'll be collecting. Of course, more Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai. This will be in my list. Fly Me to the Moon, also in my list. Oh, We Never Learn, the final volume. My goodness, this is another incredible series, which I wonder if they'll bring out in a box set, because I think many would definitely want to pick up the series in a box set. It's definitely worth the read. I enjoy the series more so than the quintessential quintuplets. But I'll say one thing, they did an incredible job with both stories, both with Quintessential and also We Never Learn, even though they're through two separate publishers. And that's all for that one. Now it's time to move to June, and we'll finish off with July. Black Clover, something that's already in my list. Chainsaw Man, not in my list, but a lot of people enjoy the series. And no doubt this will be bloody popular when the last volume comes out. What else is there? Comey Can't Communicate, another beautiful slice of life series. Oh, and I did see Viz also announced that there will be a box set of Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, and I'm thinking of collecting that. Jujutsu Kaisen, something else that's in my list. More Fist of the North Star in my list. Another Full Metal Alchemist novel, which I am definitely going to have to pick up. And last but not least, the month of June. Now, I already see 3 things here that are in my list that I'll be collecting. Number 1 will be Dr. Stone. So I'd imagine this series would probably be finishing at maybe volume 23 to 24, considering that they recently released the last chapter. Of course, My Hero Academia have been some real incredible covers for this. Moriarty, the Patriot, I am really looking forward to reading this series. But I've got some other series that I need to read through first. The Elusive Samurai, I'll definitely wait for this to go physical and add it to my list, because it's actually done by the same creator who works on Assassination Classroom, a manga series that I need to read through and starting to read through at the moment. More Dragon Quest with the Adventure of Dai, Fly Me to the Moon, again, already in my list. I believe I'm starting to reach the end of this, so there's nothing else really here. Some more Case Closed to those who enjoy Detective Conan. I have reviewed the first 3 volumes of it on my channel. Ooh, now there's something I'd want to get. Naruto Kakashi Story, The Sixth Hokage and the Failed Prince. Okay, that might be something that I'd want to let my LCS know about. Oh, well, I'm really happy that I had a look through July, or else I wouldn't have known about that. Well, a big thanks to all who dropped by this Solicitation episode 13 live stream. I really appreciate you making the effort here. And to those who are watching the channel, big thanks to you for help giving it the views that it needs. Don't feel scared or ashamed to say hello in the text. And hopefully tomorrow, mine should be getting up another Joker's Wild live stream. But to let you know one thing, with that particular live stream, I'll be handing over the reins to Tevye Smolka, to which he'll be talking about a number of the issues in regards to the Marvel continuity problems, plus other things. and that's going to be really interesting. I'm sure I can come up with some questions for him as well, which will help him get through it a little bit better. And it might even give me some ideas of what Marvel I can pick up too for myself to check out. Maybe some things that have had some good continuity in their stories. Well, until then, let's keep it colorful and have yourself an awesome day. A big thanks to everyone who made it, and even to those who happen to watch this afterwards. If you happen to miss out on the stream, big thanks to you as well. Have yourself an awesome day.